This summer, crime has a new enemy, and justice a new name. Simon Garden.
Welcome to Steve Coogan. Ha
I saw a man strangle a human being. Well, an accountant.
I play this parole officer, and I have to break into a bank.
I have been wrongly accused of murder. I can't believe there are some people talking at the back.
It really does sound unmissable.
He's so versatile, and he's given a lot of pride to people from the north. A lot of young drama students up here are now aspiring to that versatility, range of character, you know, the comedy, and yet he's very, very savvy as well.
I particularly like Steve Coogan because I saw the clip of the roller coaster scene from this movie, so I'm coming to see it for that, really.
What do you think about what I just said? That makes sense.
The Eighth Commandment, invade Russia.
92, take what?
Action!
I moved to films because I've sort of done, you know, in television, what I wanted to do was, can I make a television program that's as funny as the best funny television programs that have ever been made? That would be something great to achieve. Yes. And without wanting to sound arrogant, I think I've sort of, you know, I've done it with the help of the people, with Alan Partridge. So I felt I've achieved that.
I think he got 2 BAFTAs in his hands and about 3 comedy awards. I just finished the Royal Family first series, and what can challenge you after that?
What else is there?
You know, movies is the big table. It's the grown-ups table. So I think we wanted to have a crack at it, and I've watched thousands of movies in my life, and you know, to actually have one that we've created is, you know, is just life enhancing.
It's life enhancing, but life threatening. The history of great British comedians trying to make films. We've probably seen some of them, haven't we, Henry?
But a lot of them, you see, a lot of problems with comedians is that they just jump into a vehicle rather than setting out the stall to actually cater for their talents. Now, Steve has been on the process of this film all the way through, and it is, you know, I don't think anybody else could play this part, really. It's built for Steve, and even the other characters. Steve could actually play every character in this film, because Steve has played every character in this film. When we wrote it, he would do the voices of all the different characters, which is great, which is how we tested out whether the dialogue works.
The Ninth Commandment, don't do the Alan Partridge extreme character, ditch the grotesque, make an Ealing comedy.
I love Ealing comedies and all those kind of, and that was kind of an influence on me when I did it. I wanted to do something that was uncynical.
We had the idea that we wanted to make something that was a cross between Ealing comedy and Bruce Willis. And what would Bruce Willis do if he was a northern lad and he was actually a clerical worker? What we wanted to do was make this character so that by the end of it you were cheering and going, yes, yeah, the good guys won, and you know, and that can sometimes mean that you don't go for the absolute sharpness of gag after gag after gag.
He's actually a very serious and disciplined actor, as well as being a very funny and spontaneous comedian. So he was very good to work with from a directorial point of view. You can actually speak to him in the language of an actor and give him very detailed direction, which he's capable of executing very precisely.
Steve's quite intense, I suppose. He takes what he does very seriously, and he's incredibly hard-working. He's got amazing concentration, and he's also, he just doesn't give up. You know, he's more than anyone I've worked with. For example, in film, he will do takes over and over and over again and do them different each time.
Cut! Okay, just hold those positions, please. When the writing process was finished, Steve and I agreed that, at his suggestion, that he just wanted to, from then on, during the filming, just be another member of the cast. Okay, so if you two nod, and you actually look at them, and then nod as well.
There are a lot of examples we could give of comedians that have gone into films and have done one film and then backed off. I hope that we've put enough preparation that we can do another.
The 10th and latest step in this careful career, after the straight movie, do a weird movie. Now, this is the embarrassing bit. Coogan is doing 2 movies at the moment. The Parole Officer, merely the first. The second, 24-Hour Party People, opens next February. The English director Michael Winterbottom wanted to make a film about punk, acid and Manchester, and decided to use my character as a linking device, and has got Coogan to play me, which is why this is embarrassing. He does, however, play me, it's fair to say, as a pretentious git.
You're going to be seeing a lot more of that sort of thing in the film, although that actually did happen. Obviously it's symbolic, it works on both levels. I don't want to tell you too much, don't want to spoil the film, but I'll just say Icarus, okay? If you know what I mean, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But you should probably read more.
People should come up for 24-hour party people feeling they've been on a little trip, literally and metaphorically. People who are 20 years old or 19 should come out of the film going, oh, all right, I see. So all this stuff I'm into now, I can see that this is where it came from. This is where it came from. That it should inform them. They should get it. It's okay if for some people it's a bit of a nostalgia fest. That's fine. But it has to be more than that, obviously. For people who weren't there, it should illuminate something of a period that has kind of had a ripple effect on pop culture, today.
I remember seeing the script and thinking this is just a wonderful idea, and there's so much in it. In fact, to some degree, there's too much in it, irrespective of the fact that it's you. It is such a fresh character to have in a film. You never really see a character like this. It's the actual idea of somebody that has an agenda that is not to do entirely with themselves, but it's to do with a certain degree of altruism, but also the idea of, which is something that drew me to it, was the idea of the comradeship.
Michael Winterbottom, the geezer in the funny hat, director of Butterfly Kiss and Welcome to Sarajevo, had Coogan fingered for this part 3 years ago. He knew he could act, and he knew that he was really from here.
I do get pleased when our culture is celebrated. So many American films celebrate every single aspect of American culture that is just wring it dry, and they've only been around 200 years. And we have such a rich culture to be explored and celebrated that for something like 24-hour party people to happen is a kind of minor miracle.
The way the movie works, you'd think I did pieces to camera in cars all the time.
I think it was Scott Fitzgerald who said, American lives don't have second acts. Well, this is Manchester. We do things differently here. This is the second act.
Is there much of Middleton left in him?
Yes, I think there's a lot. There always has to be a lot of your birthplace and where you were brought up in you, but with Stephen you can see it because he's quite proud of it.
Last question. Did you enjoy playing God?
When you say God, do you mean Tony Wilson or God?
No, I mean, excuse me, I mean God who looks like Steve Coogan or Tony Wilson.
Almost as much fun as playing Tony Wilson.
Thank you very much. Right. End of interview.
He's clearly committed to art for art's sake, and I think all the trappings of success are just a distraction for him, and that's refreshing. but he seems to achieve, you can see it in his eyes, when he's on stage he achieves this acute state of awareness. He seems, it's almost a physical high, and you can only get that high through performance.
I think Ken